This fall, when I announced that we were going to be using Chat GPT in the construct of the classes themselves, there was literally applause.
Have you ever turned to Chat GPT for assignment assistance? According to Intelligent, nearly 1/3 of college students have. But can it be a brainstorming buddy, or does it toe the line of academic integrity? Here at the University of Virginia, professors are harnessing this technology while striking a balance between innovation and academic standards in the hopes of enhancing the learning experience. WUVA sat down with Professor Martin, Assistant Professor in Commerce, and Professor Rao, Assistant Professor in Media Studies, to discuss their utilization of ChatGPT in the classroom and their perspective on its potential as an innovative educational tool.
In real life, it can be used, and the way that we sort of think about the use of ChatGPT is not so much as a threat, but as a tool. And we recognize that there are risks in doing that. We take great pains to try to change the way that we ask questions, build assignments, assess students, so that ChatGPT isn't utilized in ways that we wouldn't want it to be at the university. That's not so hard in our coursework. AI has been around for a very long time, right? ChatGPT actually democratized artificial intelligence. It made it available to everyone. And so what we're trying to do really is to give students the experience so that they're embracing these new tools, things like ChatGPT, instead of partitioning them away. And at the end of the day, we are looking for responsiveness to questions. If we ask questions correctly, then you will actually end up in a place where you can't use GPT to at least fully respond.
So this semester is actually the first time that I'm actually thinking through conscious usage of ChatGPT. I think last year, for the most part, it was just like damage control, which is just threaten people about not plagiarizing and sticking to the honor code and things like that. But we've had a bunch of workshops through the Center for Teaching Excellence and even at the department level, just chatting about the fact that ChatGPT eases anxiety for students in the sense that it gives them a starting point. The college essay is not intuitively something that everyone knows how to write. And so, if you have courses, a lot of courses that demand a 10-page essay, sometimes you just want a starting point. And so we really realized that ChatGPT works well as a sort of outlining mechanism, perhaps, or giving, like for ideation especially, putting prompts in there and just getting ideas about how would an essay about this topic look like. And so I've been encouraging students to say, look, let's not demonize this. That's also kind of the training that we've been given now to think how ChatGPT could be useful pedagogically. So really, I think the attempt is to say that it's great to get started. It's great to think about how would you structure a paper, what are the arguments you could look at, what are some of the things other people have said. But ChatGPT is not always the most accurate kind of writing you could get for a class. I feel like every time there's a new technology, we are going to get anxious about it. But I think it's also in a good way to think of it as a challenge for us as teachers to update our teaching strategies, to not treat technology as this thing we're going to keep outside our classroom that we're never going to engage with.
Well, I think there is a benefit in our coursework, and I understand that not all professors teach in courses where they would see it the same way. But for us, testing out, trying, experimenting new technologies is part of what we do in innovation. So being able to bring it into the classroom is a kind of a live exercise for students to be able to also adopt with us something that's quite new and put it to use. We just completed an exercise with students that are in our 4680, which is sort of an intermediate entrepreneurship course that we call the 1 week startup. So the students don't know the project's coming. On 9/4, on September 4th, I announced that they had 1 week to come up with a commercializable project that would be based on ChatGPT. So students actually were putting together GPT prompts and in some cases, integrating them into spreadsheets or into websites in a way that brought that whole commercialization to life.
So partially what I have in my syllabus is, things that I permit the use of Chat GPT for, and the things that I don't. And so I will say things like discussion posts that involve summaries of readings, but also like asking good, intelligent questions about what authors are saying. I don't know if Chat GPT is always useful for that, but I certainly say like part of the exercise is that you engage with the reading on its own terms, so don't rely on Chat GPT for that. Chat GPT has been known to fabricate literature. So this is also something I like to warn students about, which is don't go asking Chat GPT for a list of sources because it will make them up.
I think that we're going to find as students go out into the workforce that employers are embracing generative AI. And if we don't actually expose students to it here, I think they'll be at a disadvantage when they get into the workforce.
ChatGPT is making its way into the classroom as an innovative and educational tool. Professors are embracing it and paving the way for a forward-looking education. I'm Charlotte Burgess, WUVA.